What is up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro. Yay! And today we need to jump back into the GROK chart. It's been about, 3 weeks, maybe a month since my last update doing a little chart reading on the GROK chart. So we're going to break down the action since the last update and talk about how it has played out. But first and foremost, please understand that this is not financial advice. Any and all of you who like to complain about that disclaimer, well, you know what? Your comments really stink. But don't get me wrong, it doesn't stink as near as much as your breath does. So get out of my face and go watch somebody else's video. And I'll hand you a tissue so you can cry about that disclaimer if you want to. So into the GROK chart, here we are on the 4-hour chart. And I think the last time we talked, we might have been in the strike zone. GROK had sailed up and then we made this support resistance zone. And somewhere around here, I said, wait until it falls into this strike zone. Or at least I would wait until it fell within that strike zone in order to consider playing this. Okay, so let's just jump over real quick. Let me pull up GROK on, what is this called? CoinGecko? Yeah, CoinGecko. So we want to check out really quick, look at the numbers. One thing that is interesting about GROK being a meme coin, it has an incredibly low max supply. I mean, look at this. We're only talking 6.9 billion. That's not bad. And of that 6.9 billion, 6.596 and change is in the total supply, and 6.3 billion of that is in the circulating. Those are good numbers, and I'll tell you why. Let's say you're jumping in here and you're going to do a swing trade and you buy at a low point. And let's say if there is triple the max supply, what if the max supply was, say, 24 billion, 21 billion? Let's say if it was 21 billion and you only had 6.3 billion circulating. Well, then you would have to check the emission rate, or the rate at which they introduce those tokens from the max supply into the circulating supply. And when that happens, as you dump more tokens out onto the market, it dilutes the value of the token and the price goes down. That is why this, to me, is pretty attractive, because we've got a very tight percentage difference between the max, the total, and the circulating supply. And we know that there's not enough left in the float that could really tank the price. Another thing that we are very interested in here is this $14 million 24-hour trading volume and the very high market cap, 49 million. Okay, so with a trading volume of 14 million a day, that means this is a very liquid project. In other words, when you are ready to sell, there'll probably be a lot of people lined up to buy, to cash in on your sell order when you sell this on an exchange or when you swap it on a DEX. If you're using Uniswap or the swap service on MetaMask like I use sometimes, that means that, okay, there's so much money being exchanged that you will probably get all of your purchase orders and your sell orders filled. So if you happen to want to be a degen gambler and you wanted to gamble $100,000 on GROK and try to flip it and trade it, well, you could at least get out even if you were selling at a loss. Hopefully you'd be selling at a profit. But with 14 million total in one day going on, you're going to have a great chance of having a $100,000 order filled. Now, when you've only got, say, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 of volume per day, you better not be aping into that project and buying a big pile, because there's no guarantee that by the time the bull market hits that you're going to have enough liquidity or volume of buying and selling to get out. All right, back to the chart here. Now, let's check out the 4-hour chart, and I'll tell you what I think of it. And like I said before, we were talking about GROK back here. I think we were somewhere around here. It was the beginning of December or late November. You can go back and look at it and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we were above the support resistance zone that I had drawn in, which is based on prior high points and low points. And so what I said was that with the point of control price right here, see this big volume node that sticks out more than all the rest? That's the point of control, or the pivot point, the balance point of all the buying and selling. And that balance point is right at about 1.2 cents. Now, in addition to that, I said that, okay, you had a high point here, you had a low point here. And it seems like this would be a good box to draw the constraints around the point of control price to know where it would correct when it comes back down. So that's why I drew this box. There's the high and there's the low. And I said that I would wait until it comes back into this box and messes around within the box before I consider buying. Now, as soon as it hit the POC price, I was ready to buy, and I thought, well, we're going to have to be patient because at the time, the 1 week chart, which we'll get to, wasn't looking very good. It wasn't telling me that the total of the cycles within the 4 hour and the 1 day were finished with the bearish trading channel. Let's make a channel up here. Okay. Bearish trading channel means that we've got this channel of downward action where price jumps up and down within this parallel channel. Okay, first you had an upward moving, there goes the phone, let me mute that. You had an upward channel, here we go, we'll draw a line here, we'll draw a line here. So all of your trading happened within this channel, and then you had a pivot. The pivot happened at this high point. Oops, I want to circle. Why does this thing never select the right tool? Darn it. There's where your pivot was, okay? And then we pretty much confirmed that the swing channel was changing after we broke the bottom of this. There it goes again. I clicked the arrow. Give me an arrow, daggone it. After we broke this bottom trend line, when we drived through that, that was a confirmation of a change in direction of the swing channel. So that means that now our activity bounces up and down within this new swing channel. Now, I'm still not ready to buy it. I'll tell you why. We have a bearish crossover. We did have a bottom. We went up, and then the fast line gave up and crossed over the slow line. And we're also looking pretty bearish overall with the MACD as the oscillators are trending downward, even though we're approaching this zero line here and printing light red on the histogram. Notice every peak is getting smaller. Here's the big peak, smaller, 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 and this is going to continue to settle down until it gets very quiet, and it's going to wait for the next breakout, and then it's going to break out up above. Now, let's look at the 4 hour chart and see what it's looking like. Or I'm sorry, the 1 day. I'm all over the place today. This is an ugly chart. I'm not ready to buy yet. I think we're going to test the bottom of the swing channel of the box, the strike zone. We're going to test the bottom of it. And of course, we've got this bottom level of support that is right here, okay? Or a little bit lower. Let's move that down a little bit. Right there. Okay. I think we're going to jump back down there and test this again. What price would that be? The bottom of this box is at a half a cent. And right now we're at 0.0078. So I'd be more interested in swing trading GROK down here once we touch this half a cent level. And the reason why I'm going to wait for that, and it might not get there, but I have an indication here. We had this fake out here. Okay. So again, we looked like we were at the bottom right there. We crossed over bullish and then it unfurled and we turned right around and crossed over bearish again. And now the momentum is heading downward. But look at the MACD on the 1 day. There's not enough data here. It's just starting to pick up the oscillators on the MACD for the 1 day chart. But look at the momentum and look at the distance between the fast line and the slow line. Do you see this fast line curling up? No, you don't. That means that momentum is strong in the downward direction, which means we're kind of coming in for a landing here and we're going to test this bottom. Now, there's no guarantee that we hold that because If we don't hold this bottom and it pokes through, where's it going to go? Right there. There's the volume node. That is the ultimate support at 0.0018 or 0.002. Now that'll be exciting. If it jumps down to there, I'm going to make a degen move and I'm going to buy in. So I'm going to put a green line right here. If it gets down that far, which is just above the wick of the first red candle when it came out, I think that's support. If it fails that at the bottom of that first red candle that came out the box, that price level just happens to be about 0.0011. Now, what if you were able to jump back in? Let's say if it went down that low, okay? If it goes down to 0.0011 and then it jumps back up to the previous high, you're looking at basically 2,456% gain. Let's see. So that is 10x, 25x, 25x. Yeah. That would be a very nice turnaround there if it went all the way down to 0.001. Now, if it just, say, made it to the bottom of the swing channel or the strike zone that I have there, I'm sorry, and then gets to the previous high, you're still looking at a 500%. There's a 5x right there. But your big gains come when you're able to buy these down in the fractions of a penny. That's where it gets really, really exciting. Okay, so let's clear that out. I don't think the 1 week chart shows much, but we'll just look at it just to see what it looks like, and it looks ugly. And so with the 1 week chart, as with any meme coin, you have two moves. It comes out the box. It ended on a red candle with a huge wick on the top side, and then it corrects. And so it's looking for the bottom of this box. Pretty easy. And then on this 1 week chart, you see that the point of control price is all the way up here. It's 1.2, still the same. Okay. And so we're below the point of control, and we just failed this big volume node right here at 0.008. The next volume node that it's looking for, like I said, right here around 0.006, 0.005. It's a little bit above 0.005 on the 1 week chart. And then we have the base at 0.0048, and then the last node at the bottom anywhere from 0.0018 down to 0.0011, maybe a 0.001 clean. That would be very nice. So that's what we're looking at with this sucker. You always got to have some fun memes. Memes are fun. And they're good for swing trading, okay? It's risky, it's degen gambling, and there's nothing to be there. This thing ain't making the world a better place. All it is providing degenerates the ability to roll the dice, go to the casino, and gamble. And for you to make gains on this, somebody else has to lose, okay? And what normally happens is whenever price is soaring up, everybody FOMOs in, which is really dumb. So when this big move happened here and it started to plow up, this is where everybody, oh my gosh, I gotta buy GROK. It's going to the moon. Okay, and then you get stuck and you're gonna be sitting right here at the top waiting until this entire correction completes. Whoops. I don't know what is wrong with my clicker today. And so this entire correction completes, and then we come out of that for the next move up. So you're going to have to wait. It could be months before you get your money out. I, on the other hand, would rather buy down here where it's safe, okay, instead of buying up at the top with the completely clueless degenerates. This is where you buy. This is where you buy. I don't even buy, like, when they come out the box. No, I don't, because some of them can start where, let me show you a picture. Some memes can start where here's your first day. It opens up. And right after that first day, it does this. And everybody who aped in on that first day is left holding until the next bull market. So it's very, very dangerous. I've got more microcap gems that are coming. I'm also doing a lot of work on the spreadsheet of due diligence, where I give you tons of alpha. I have about 30 projects thus far on the spreadsheet that are microcaps, another 10 that are small cap to mid cap. And I'm trying to price it. I put a whole lot of time into this. but I'll get back with you on a price. It's going to be around 200 to 300 or more, and maybe I'll have different levels of it. And that way you can purchase this list for me, and you are buying the time that I put in to this and finding the projects and giving you the answers in the back of the book, where you have all of the information you need to help you decide on what you want to buy to ride, because now is the time coming up when we hit this correction to load up before the bear market starts, or I'm sorry, the bull market starts. So that is all I have for now, and stick with me. I'll have more videos coming very soon, but I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Pro channel. And if you would like to help me to defray these ugly costs of producing this channel, you may do so in various ways. One is the giving of a super thanks. Number two is by purchasing my up-and-coming Excel spreadsheet full of micropap gems. That's right. We're going to have the list of micropap gems that will make you rich. And then, of course, we're going to have merch coming your way, where I have that cool Crypto Pro hat. We're going to have t-shirts and hoodies. So stick with me. It's gonna happen. Well, this is Carlton, and I am out.